Hello everybody and welcome back to Friendly Fox's YouTube channel with another episode of OpenTTD, and this episode is titled Turn of the Century. And so we have just constructed a dock at this iron ore mine here at Watford. It's a somewhat poor producer, so one barge should be enough. But the fact is we have this iron ore mine now served by our competing companies, two of them in fact. So there's iron ore mine. We are going to run iron ore from this iron ore mine to that steel mill, and what that will do is it will allow us to go for this one. Go for this St. Marie option here. And so this will transport the iron ore to the iron ore mine and make steel, which is then delivered by two large barges. There's one of them, half loaded, which will go over here to the factory at Genham, which produces more goods for our goods trains to Langley. Now there's been a significant update since the last episode. We're almost complete with the quadruple-tracking. There's just that little bit at Genham to do. We completely rebuilt Broodingville Station. This is the junction now for the power station at Broodingville and Wedgwood. And the forest here. So there is a coal mine here, which we are going to serve with new coal trains to go to Ronfield power station here. And over here, just south of Easthampton, there is a brand new sawmill which we just opened, which we're now going to build a station for. That's good enough temporarily. The line down through Ronfield, Fort Pedtown, Ridfield, and all the way to Tenningbury is now complete as well, with two trains of the spinner variety. And our Crampton engine was, it was a rather poor service running along the slow line here, so I opted to build a special line for it to Garnford and Erdington. Here she comes now, the Crampton with the six-wheel carriages. And shortly there will be some new steam engines coming forth, which will have a higher top speed, which we'll be able to use on the intercity services. And speaking of which, we have rebuilt Langley Station as a through station, which now goes through down there. There's a branch. This is for the local trains, both from Watford and from Easthampton. They go down here, while the intercity services run an all-stopping service from here forth. Gufield, Kingsley Woods, Nelson, which is almost complete, but unfortunately we lost our good rating, so I'm just waiting on that to come back to pick up, and then we can finish off Nelson Station. And over here at the terminus at Guston, and here is train 12, which has just arrived from Easthampton. So when the faster trains come along, these engines will be reallocated to other services. So I just did that. I put that bus station in the middle of the town, and what that will do is it will increase the amount of passengers waiting at Kingsley Woods Station. We would do the same thing with Nelson, but we don't have a good enough rating to do so. And so the other thing I did was there's a coal mine here, which is a very good producer. So now we have two large ships which run coal between that coal mine and the new power station here at Stoney Island. Stoney Island is also very close to the town. The dock, that is very close to the town. So now there are 2 ferries running a frequent service over to Graningley Market. Graningley Market is temporarily served by train 16, which runs a local service from Guston rather, from Guston over here. Train 15 will join it eventually. In a couple of years there will be faster trains available to take over the its twins route, which is the local service from Easthampton down to Great Flufingford here, which already has a regular service with our ferries. So another goods delivery arriving here at Langley. So we built a specific platform over to this side for goods trains. So all 3 goods trains go in here now. The one from the nearby sawmill, as well as the one from the factory at Genham. And so this goods train is the one that goes to Watford. So a minor change I did here at Broodingville. This is now a through track. And so here is the first of our new coal trains, which will run from Chuntfield over here with the coal mine. And we're going to build a twin for it now over here at Easthampton. So we want the 060 Ginty. And length of 3.9 with the with the brake van. And the other thing we ought to do now is create a wood train service to service this new sawmill that we just built. I put this elaborate junction in. It turns out all I needed to do was build a short track to go here. Okay, and that should fix that. So now any train that wants to go around to this, round to the forest or round to the coal mine station, all that needs to be done now is to go over this bridge and loop around. And here's another train we didn't see in the previous episode. This is the new train 6. Previously train 6 was running the shuttle service over where our first ferry operation started. Now, with the 040 Industrial, which was introduced in 1890, I decided to run a short coal train between Broodingville here and the power station over here at Broodingville. Here comes another delivery now. This is the one from Henton. First coal train's away, and now the second one will come in to load. So here comes our wood train, is now on its way down. I forgot to refit it, mind you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a temporary depot over here. Just so I can do that. And there we are. Okay, and now I'm going over to here to Easthampton, and we'll create a second train, because this is quite a large producer of wood here. As you can see, we completely rebuilt stations over here at Guston and Chuntfield. These stations, they now have subways, because we can't see it on this because it's behind the house, but there we go. We've got quite a decent sized empire going now. And there we are. There's the first of the new tank engines, which is just introduced, and so we're going to be the first to try it. Of our competing company, there's quite a elaborate loop here. This train loads up on goods, takes it round to this side of Genham where it unloads, and then completes a loop, while there's these two trains which run from the farm to the factory, delivering livestock and grain. So the engine we're building is the 442 Suburban, which has a top speed of 65 miles an hour compared to the 50 miles an hour of the predecessing engines. So to save time, we are just going to completely copy train 15's orders. This train of course starts at the Wedgwood end. In fact, that's where we should have built the train, was at Wedgwood, not at Easthampton. Right, so 442. So we'll start this train at Wedgwood, and we'll go to Great Flonville and build a copy. This train's not too far away, so I'm going to send it to the depot. And then when it reaches here, I will fit it with some new carriages and run it along with its twin over here on the other side of the bay. Also now we should be able to extend the platform here at Graningley Market. I wonder what's going on with this train. I'll have to have a look at it. So here comes train 15 now. It's making a stop at Frinton, which will be its last pickup. This is the train which goes to Watford. So now we delete all these orders. So we're going to send the train to the nearest station, which is Kingsley Woods, where it will run to. Okay, and now we're just about ready to complete the quadruple tracking of this section. So now we have 4 tracks in place. The only thing we have to do now is route them all through this signal box. So these are the trains that we want to route through the signal box. There we go, that's done. Okay, and now we've done that, we can build another set of these tank engines to run to Easthampton. So here comes a wood train, as we didn't think to, I didn't think to look and see if it was coming. This train was waiting for a little while there, so I decided to put the signal in, which should help things along. Here's the Klondyke. This is the engine we want for our high-speed trains. At least for the next decade or so, anyway. So this train is going to be taking over the duties of train 11 and 12. A lot of passengers waiting at Guston, look. Of course I designed it like that, that's why I moved the... that's why I put a bus stop in the middle of town, and in fact it was running a horse and carriage service over to Ronfield here. So passengers don't need to go all the way to Easthampton just to get to Guston. There's a horse and carriage service available. Now I think we can build another express train, since this one's got quite far. This one's got all the way to Goofield. And we go to Guston at the other end of the line and do the same. This is the old express train, train 12, followed by train 11 is running a short ways in front of it here. So when these trains get back to Easthampton, I'm going to reroute those to run on the Tenningbury line. So flat crossing here. using the path-based signals. Now this train has right-of-way. So around the end of the year, both of these trains should reach the end of the line, and I'll be rerouting them. I can finally finish off the station here at Nelson. Just need to find the concrete platforms. See, that's the problem, is the cottage is in the way. Seeing as there is a local service running along here from Guston to through Slatborough, now with 2 engines, we could actually have these trains not stop there altogether. And over back at the steel mill at Drunston, here comes another delivery of iron ore. And both of them are now on their way. This one back to the iron ore mine, and this one down to the steel mill. And with that, here comes another delivery by train. So it takes quite a while for these barges to load up, but they're making a decent amount of money every time they deliver steel to the factory. In fact, seeing as we're no longer building industries or doing massive amounts of railway work, we're almost our company is almost multi-millionaire, which for 1900 is quite an achievement. 1899, soon we'll be in 1900, and that will mark the end of the episode. And the other thing I'm going to do, we're going to build another coal train, this one of 3 squares in length, with a 042 tank design, and this is going to go to this platform over here at Chuntfield Woods, running down to the power station at Brinningville. And so train 11 and 12 have now reached Easthampton, and so we are going to fit them out with new orders. So the only thing we have to do with this train is this train's going to be a bit difficult, but this one will be easy enough to do. There we are. We've just reached 1900. Turn of the century. This train's actually fully loaded, so we don't have to send it to Easthampton at all. We just have to send it through to Ronfield. But I'll send this one first. This one has to go to Easthampton. So we want it to go into that platform so that it will be able to get to the Ronfield line. Just putting in this temporary track to allow this train to access that line. So now we have a full complement of trains running on the line down to Tenningbury. So I think that marks the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and there will be more from me soon.